Hi, my name is Omar Muhammad.
And my name is Ahmad from grade 9B1.
In this video, we're going to present our Term 3 physics performance task conducted by Mr. Lawal Ezekiel about the effect on gravity on Earth and space. Here is the introduction. That explains the effect of gravity on Earth and space. First, what is gravity? Gravity is the force by which a planet or other object exerts on others to pull it towards its center. And also, that's what allows the sun to keep planets in orbit and what allows the planets to keep moon on orbit. Here's the first question. How do we compare the gravity on Earth to other planets? Gravity is dependent on mass, where everything from stars and planets to subatomic particles are attracted to each other. And depending on the size of each object, the gravitational force it exerts varies. For example, Earth gravity is equivalent to 9.8 meters per second. This means that if an object held above the ground and let go will accelerate towards the surface at a speed of about 9.8 meters for every second of freefall. This is the standard for measuring gravity on other planets. On the other hand, Jupiter is 10.9 times the size of Earth, while its mass is equivalent to 317.8 Earths. As a result, Jupiter's surface gravity is 24.79 meters per second. In accordance to Newton's law of universal gravitation, the gravitational force attraction between the two bodies can be expressed mathematically as F, the force, equal g, the gravitational constant, multiplied by the two masses of the objects and divided by the distance between them.
What is the effect of gravity between mass and distance? Since the gravitational force is directly proportional to the mass of both increasing objects, more massive objects will attract each other with a greater gravitational force. So as the mass of either object increase, the force of gravitational attraction between them will also increase by the same factor. Since the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of separation distance between the two interacting objects, more separation more separation distance will result in weaker gravitational force. So as two objects are separated from each other, the force of the gravitational attraction between them also decreases. If the separation distance between two objects is doubled, then the force of gravitational attraction is decreased by the factor of 4. Similar to gravitational force, if you place two magnets with different sizes and masses on a table, the magnet with greater mass will attract the other magnet towards its center. As you move the magnet away from other, the magnetic force decreases, while if they move closer to each other, the magnetic force will increase.
Explain the factors that gravitational force depend on. As we said before, there are two factors that depends on, which are the distance and the mass. This also is related to the apple that caused and helped Newton to think about the gravity and what is the force that caused the apple to go down. And the force that caused it to go down is the gravity, the Earth gravity that pulls it towards its center. And as we all know, and it's stated in Newton's third law that if whenever two objects interact, they exert equal and opposite forces in each other. And here the opposite force is the air resistance.
Analyze the relationship between Newton's law of universal gravitation and the Kepler's law of planetary motion. Here are the Kepler's three laws. Kepler's law and Newton's laws taken together imply that the force that holds the planets in their orbits by continuously changing the planet's velocity so that it follows elliptical plan path is one directed towards the sun from the planet 2 is proportional to the product of masses of for the sun and planet, and 3 is inversely proportional to the square of the planet's sun separation.
And moving on to the last question, what are the applications of gravitational force in real life? As we all know, gravitational force is everywhere around us because it's it's the force that allows everything to stay stable on land, such as book or anything. You yourself, you are able to stand on the ground because the gravitational force exerts on you. And also it allows us to pour drinks, play some games because as we throw a ball it will get pulled down to the ground by gravitational force. There are also many other ways it affect us. And here finally is the helpful links. Some of them is Newton's law of universal gravitation, gravity factors, Kepler's laws, which can help you understand our topic more.
Finally, we all know what's gravity and what are the factors it depends on. We also learned that Newton's law of universal gravitation and how it is related to Kepler's law of planetary motion. And using all the information, we were able to list some real life s- scenarios where gravity is the force causing the action. Thank you.